A little studio wide shot there so we can see us all sitting here. Well, welcome back to the Morning Blend. This weekend there are a couple of movies that have been getting a lot of buzz, and for a long time too.
It is time for Ryan Jay's reviews. Are these flicks worth the hype? Ryan Jay is a nationally syndicated film critic and resident critic of the Morning Blend. Morning, Ryan.
Good morning.
I love your Doc Martens, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
They're
I'm grooving on those boots. Check that out.
My purple.
So cool.
Oh, there we go.
There. Oh, look at that. That's so
I
cool.
love all the 90s stuff that's coming
Thanks.
back.
I'm into purple right now. So,
You are? It's very cool. It's just a hint of purple.
Thanks.
Which I think is good. It's working for you.
I think I just hurt myself.
Yeah.
A little bit, stretching there. I'll be limping out of here in a minute.
Shot your boot. Okay, let's talk first about Rock of Ages. I've been seeing now so many previews, trailers for this movie.
I love genres, musicals. It's my favorite genre. I saw this show on Broadway about a year and a half ago. I thought it was fantastic. Directed by Adam Shankman, who did Hairspray. I love him as a judge on TV, So You Think You Can Dance. So excited about this movie. And then I went to see it, and I'm a little bummed by it.
Why? Why?
Well, they made a lot of changes from the Broadway show to the film. Like, they cut some characters out, they changed part of the plot, and I found it overall to be less engaging. I was less invested in the story, so that kind of sucked for me.
Okay, we got to talk about the very ripped Tom Cruise that we see with long hair. He seems to me, just watching the clips, like he's kind of pulling off the rock star thing. Yes or no?
He steals the show in this movie.
Oh,
He's
really?
brilliant. His
Okay.
characterization is outstanding. He, I feel like, is the strongest one there, and he actually can sing quite well. But here's the thing. There's that whole, controversial notion of putting A-list stars in movie musicals because we're afraid that no one's going to get out and see a movie musical if there's an unknown Broadway star in it.
Right.
So meanwhile, we don't have great singers in these roles, but technology can improve voices now. There's this thing called Pro Tools, which actually fixes pitch, and if you're singing flat or
No
sharp...
way.
Yeah.
Really?
I need that.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Tom Cruise's voice and everyone else's in this film is digitally enhanced. They sound fantastic, but who knows what they would actually sound like singing live.
It is a real star-studded cast. Does that make the movie better, or does it almost take away from the movie?
There's that factor of you're looking at Tom Cruise, you're looking at CZ Jones, you're looking at Russell Brand, and even Alec Baldwin, who sings quite well in the film too. Again, who knows how altered his voice is. I think there's that allure of you want to see people and actors that you know and like in films, and that's why Hollywood keeps casting them. But overall, I think it would have benefited from actually just having real Broadway talent. Again, Tom Cruise is a standout in this film. He's excellent. But I felt like the musical numbers are really, really exciting, and those are really fun, and we all know the music because they're 80s hits, but you're just kind of waiting for the next musical number. All the dialogue scenes in between the musical numbers are just kind of lame and boring. Another thing that turned me off about this film is that the sense of humor is so over the top, they all but like turn to the camera and wink when they're trying to be funny.
Zoolander,
Okay.
right?
Like, yeah, desperate for the humor in this film, and it's kind of like, we get it, the 80s is like an awkward time with the hair and the colors and the flight pants and all the rest of it.
Right.
But it was a little too much for me.
What about Catherine Zeta-Jones? Pick somebody to play, to be me, and pick somebody to play, to be me in the movie about my life.
Right.
It'd be her.
Because you do a great fan kick.
Exactly. Yeah. Should I do it right now?
Please.
No, but
We'll have
because
two
she's
pulled
so
hamstrings.
beautiful. It's like, who wouldn't want her to, beautiful. It's like, who wouldn't want her to, did you like her in this movie?
I love her, and she won an Oscar the last musical she did for
Chicago.
right? So she can sing, she can dance. She started out in musicals, and she's great in this, and it's fine. But even her role's a little bit different than it was in the show, and it just. It's just a little bit lame, a little bit boring. I think this is more of a rental. It's not a must-see on the big screen, especially when we have films like Prometheus and Snow White and the Huntsman still in theaters.
Okay.
Next one is That's My Boy. Adam Sandler, Adam Sandberg from Saturday Night Live. I feel like lately Adam Sandler is, does this movie redeem him at all?
I agree with you. I'm so over Adam Sandler lately. I feel like he's in the dangerous territory of like Will Ferrell and Ben Stiller, where like they're so kind of stale and cliche unto themselves, and especially Adam Sandler, he does just this, he's always got these character voices where he's like, he's talking like this, and he's got these. I find his voice so off-putting with these character accents that he does, and so if he would just speak normally, I think that the film would benefit and be just as funny, if not more funny. And it's a fine, typical Adam Sandler film. A lot of potty jokes, a lot of R-rated sex comedy type things going on, and I did laugh out loud quite a bit during this film, but it's not like a Bridesmaids. It's not like a must-see on the big screen. Again, this one I think is also a rental. Another interesting thing about this movie is it is Andy Samberg from SNL, and he just left SNL, Saturday Night Live, to kind of focus on a Hollywood career. And I don't know that this film is going to showcase the best of his talents in Hollywood because he plays like the straight guy. He's not really
funny?
Yeah, he's not really funny. He doesn't get the comedic moments. It kind of all happens around him in this movie.
Well, they just interviewed Adam Sandler today on the Today Show, and they said something to him like, can you ever make a movie that's like PG, or does it always have to be? And that's the thing, as an actor, I would worry if every movie I was in, I had to do the potty humor or the X-rated, you know, inappropriate language, whatever. It's like, can they do something?
Well, it just seems so less creative. I feel like you've got to work a little bit harder, right, to be funny in a way that isn't just going right to the sex or right to the potty jokes and everything. That's kind of like the cheap humor. So it still works. Otherwise, I guess people wouldn't be doing it anymore. But that just might be his comedic sensibility.
So another rental.
Guess it's a good thing. Yeah. It's a really nice weekend and you can get outside.
That's right.
And don't forget Prometheus and Snow White. I mean, still great options.
I'd especially like to see Snow White. That one sounds good. Thank you so much, Ryan. I want to make sure that everybody knows that you can find Ryan's full reviews of all movies currently in theaters at his website. Go to Ryan J.